Hello, it's Drew here. I wanted to talk about conscious expansion and what it really is and why it's so important on the spiritual journey. The more contracted an individual's consciousness is, the more self-absorbed and selfish they are. They live in a little bubble like this, and all they really care and think about is themselves. The ego's on high, right? It's on high heat or something like that. I don't know how I want to say it, but the ego is most present when the consciousness is contracted, very much contracted. And as the consciousness expands, the ego lessens. The closer one gets to eternal consciousness or universal consciousness, the closer they are to truth, okay? The bigger the ego, the less the person knows any truth. And the more ego is released and purified, the person comes to know more truth. They come to have more peace and clarity for their own lives and the world as a whole. So as our consciousness expands, we inch closer and closer and closer to universal consciousness, to eternal consciousness. And having had the experience of pure consciousness myself, how do I want to say this? It is the most freeing thing in the world to not be obsessed with yourself, to not constantly fear for yourself and for the future and mourn the past and feel like a victim of the past. I hope you're understanding what I'm saying. So on the spiritual journey, our aim is to expand our consciousness and to get closer and closer to universal consciousness. Because in universal consciousness, there's no pain. There's no individual pain. You see the world and the universe as this divinely orchestrated whole. And there are no self-concerns, worries, fretting. Because truly the whole takes care of itself. To experience pure consciousness is to have no individual self or ego. So you keep expanding, my wonderful spiritual warriors.